Hello everybody and welcome back to Your Turn to Die, Death Game by Majority. Last time we started the main game, we got through the first votes, the first round of voting, and KG, Kana, So, and now we're voted. And that was definitely the sacrifice. It's like so obvious. There were 4 trades made in total. That ain't that many. Honestly, it's all a mess in my head. Glad we got given more time to sort it out. Trading cards required 50 tokens. So only so many people could make trades. The token rankings had Q-Taro in first and getting last, if I heard right. Me, you, and now we're near the bottom, right? I don't think we had enough tokens to trade cards. By the way, I better counter the whole way. Woof! Didn't get traded with even once, meow. My heart was pounding, wondering when I get past a bad card, meow. But my roll didn't change up to the very end. Woof! I made it through all 5 trades, meow. I was really a commoner, meow. What's a gorilla? That's wrong, meow. What? There are 5 trades, woof. 5? Wait, by my memory, there were 3 trades. Then I heard there was one just before the main game. Oh, I get it. You must have understood, Q-Taro. There were 2 trades while you were out. What? That don't make no sense. That's our line, meow. Sorry, but nobody's giving me an explanation. Oh, well, that's on us. Hey, Q-Taro. When was it that you passed Sarah the sacrifice card? Actually, did you have the sacrifice from the start? Nah, that ain't it. The first card I had was Commoner. I get it. That tells me most of the trades. I don't have a clue. Woof. Where's that, meow? Because the friendly policeman made the first trade. For real? You'd you trade what? I gave Sarah the Keymaster. And what card did Sarah start with? I have no reason to lie, but... At first, I was a commoner. You traded Keymaster for commoner, meow? And I deepened our trust doing it. Let's do a little sort out. In the first trade, I passed the Keymaster into Sarah's hands. In the second trade, what got traded? You got the third. Exactly. You got the sacrifice third. So he had it. Yeah. Someone's sacrifice was swapped with Q-Taro's commoner. And in the third trade, Sarah's Keymaster and Q-Taro's sacrifice were swapped. Yep, that's what it mean. What's a gorilla? Tell us everything you can remember, meow. I'm gonna have you tell us all the details of the third trade. Ugh. At the time of the third trade, I was searching the first floor alone, meow, so I wanted to know the situation. Woof! The third trade happened while everyone was sharing the laptop. These trades, I better keep them sorted out in my head too. Hey, sort out. Okay, let's get this all straight. Taco, I know. Okay. Sacrifice. So has to sacrifice. Sure. Oh my god, wait, what? Hi guys. I don't think this is supposed to be like this. Yeah. Q-Taro, why aren't you talking? The third trade happened while everyone was sharing the laptop. I was worried because you were acting strange, Sarah. I think you'd been traded the sacrifice. Damn, Q-Taro. You gonna make that trade on the spot and then act all innocent? Uh-huh. Something strange here. Hey. Kyutaro was with us in Sarah, yet he traded his sacrifice for a Keymaster on the spot. How dare he? Doesn't matter if he's conscious of his crime. Taking an action like that is the worst. I was out doing other stuff by myself. Oof. I wanted to see the laptop, you know? What stuff did you do exactly? It's not relevant right now. Woof. What did you do again? Hey, Kyutaro. Why won't you deny it, Kyutaro? What? I mean, you need a ring-up box to trade. If he used one on the spot, shouldn't we have seen him do it? What could he be hiding? Another one of these. Okay. Yeah, I did it. Be as silent as you want. It's no use. Aha. Spit it out, all out, Kyutaro. I'm meant to cooperate. With Sarah, with everyone. But I got used for convenience. I'm pathetic. Pathetic adult. The third trade. My sacrifice being sent to Sarah. It wasn't me. It was So's doing. What? I don't know what you're talking about. So knew. He knew I had the sacrifice. What? And everybody was sharing the laptop. So wasn't going to use the toilet. He went to a ring-up box to trade my sacrifice with Sarah's Keymaster. Don't know a thing about that. Wait a second. He chose 2 other people and made them trade? You can do that? It must be possible. Huh. So you can say that with confidence. So, isn't it about time you confess? Tell us about your real reason for sharing the laptop. Such a deeply suspicious individual, KG. Hey, it's this. The discussion is stuck in equilibrium, failing to come to an agreement. How about I hear the truth from your mouth? About what? Between the statements these two give, I should either affirm correct ones or deny incorrect ones. I thought I couldn't do the third trade. I was on the toilet, so I couldn't either. Exactly, because he was with us. The question is, how did you know the sacrifice? Just rolling on ahead with this assumption that I knew, huh? Did you learn about Kyutaro's sacrifice via hacking? Couldn't I just take a peek to do that? Precisely, you saw it directly. Kyutaro's intent was to negotiate with So. And as a condition for his trade, he showed So his sacrifice card. It's natural to think that. Such an active imagination, Miss Sarah. How about you use that imagination to consider what the negotiation was like? Kyutaro started to negotiate outside So's bedroom door. Are you watching or what? Yes, even So's already recognized that fact. That's right. How did So react to Kyutaro's proposition? He must have let him in the room quickly and struck the deal. I'm not brave enough to let Kyutaro in. Exactly, you're frail, So. You surely wouldn't have the courage. Is that meant to be provocative? Meant to be a provocation? It's not working. My thoughts are too cold-headed. No, I'm sure So was on guard. Kyutaro's taken the laptop from him once before, so wouldn't let him in the room, no questions asked. Then did they make a deal through the door? How amusing. I just thought of a way. Kyutaro slipped a tablet under the door. Wouldn't he consider I might betray him? That's it exactly. That's what Kyutaro did to propose his deal. So must have been fairly wary of Kyutaro, who could best him by using force. So Kyutaro informed him that he was the sacrifice in advance. Not vocally, but by showing him his tablet. So, you had yet another objective on top of tokens in the Sarah folder. To control the sacrifice as you wanted. You got it. After the second trade, me and Kana were working on the escape plan. Then I heard Kyutaro through the door. Want to make a deal, he asked. I didn't care to listen, but he slid his tablet under the door. And there I saw it. Sacrifice. How brave of him to go as far as offering up info just so I'd trade the laptop. What do you know? Sarah, you saw that first floor security footage, right? Well, it's the truth. I haven't discussed my first trial, have I? It was one absurd trial, I tell you. They told me, set up the props used for the death game.
Then it's true? You set up the cards?
Yeah, of course I didn't know what they meant yet. Once I found out, I knew Kai's fate was set. It's like I killed him. Kai took the Sage card I just placed at random. That's why I at least wanted to get Kai's laptop back one more time. Such an emotional story. So that's what drove you to give me a whole 100 tokens.
100, Meow?
No shit. That's enough for 2 trades. But you left yourself enough. For just 1 trade. How cunning. Pretending to risk your life, but not forgetting to protect yourself. What a dirty adult you are.
Say again?
All told, you left yourself an escape route. If you were in a pickle, you could pass the sacrifice away from yourself. That's why I decided to act first. To send the sacrifice to someone else. To Miss Sarah. Always thinking of her allies.
Is that the truth of the third trade?
I was hopeful it might make you tear off your sheep's clothing.
Why does he do all this to me?
But you went above and beyond my expectations.
Huh?
The fourth trade was you, wasn't it, Miss Sarah? What are you talking about? I mean, the sacrifice is what killed Joe, yes?
I didn't even have enough tokens. I couldn't do any trades.
No tokens. That's hard to believe. Sofalin can confirm.
Quiet, Loner. I was with Big Sis Sarah for the fourth trade. Woof! So was I. Sarah didn't do any trade then.
Well then, it must have been an ally who did it for you. Keiji, you took the sacrifice from Miss Sarah, didn't you?
What? What's the meaning of this?
It's really very simple. The 2 of them were accomplices.
Huh?
Miss Sarah and Keiji formed a terrifying plan involving the sacrifice. To achieve victory in the main game, by way of said sacrifice. They schemed to escape by working together and having Keiji win the vote. I suspect the 5th trade that followed was Miss Sarah and Keiji making a bluff. They just picked 2 random commoners to have trade. Then the sacrifice is Keiji?
That's all a wild fabrication. I mean, the sacrifice I had was taken away by the 5th trade. So spouting nonsense to lead everyone by the nose.
If my reasoning is correct, Keiji is the sacrifice, and the Sage is Miss Now, perhaps?
I'm the Sage?
Yup. So it may well be fine to have Miss Now die this time.
Wait a second. At the start, You said you were the sacrifice.
Yep, that was a lie. I'm a commoner.
No way. Then, wouldn't you be in the same boat as me?
Huh, I see. Guess choosing anybody but Keiji is the same in the end. Then let's vote for Kana, since she's the least valuable. So... enough. It's been a long time since I've hated somebody this much. Here's a friendly little police report. I long since used up all my tokens. And you want me to just believe that? So, you're just dying to say I ended up being a sacrifice, aren't you? Unfortunately, I'm the Keymaster. Huh? What are you saying? The Keymaster is Kyutaro, though. Looks like we got him good. My real role is Sage.
Kitaro's the sage?
Ridiculous. That's impossible. It's possible, alright. And as the Sage, I'm making an announcement. Cage is without a doubt the Keymaster. It can't be true. That's all. You were on the right track to think accomplices. But it wasn't Sarah I teamed up with. It was Kyutaro. Let's tell the truth of the fourth trade, shall we? The trade between Mr. Policeman and Kyutaro. First, when Cell betrayed me with the sacrifice, I went stomping around in rage. When I heard what happened, I proposed to Kyutaro that we team up.
And so in the fourth trade, Keiji and Kyutaro's cards got traded. The fourth trade sure ended up punishing the owner. Now, meow.
Hold on. Kyutaro, weren't you passed out during the fourth trade? That said, when I first spotted him, I just pacified him since he was pissed. But I ended up talking with Kyutaro, and we thought things over. In the fourth trade, I traded my card with Kyutaro's Keymaster. But actually, I went and did this trade myself while Kyutaro was passed out. Since Kyutaro figured it out during the main game, he was able to put the story together. It's all owed to the power of that card, even my noticing of Kyutaro's Keymaster. Did I say something? Did I say anything strange?
Saying you acting funny, Sarah, I was convinced the sacrifice would move to you. I wouldn't let it stand. I decided I'd knock him down and take my tokens back. Didn't notice me then. I can't talk. Persuaded me to give it up. Didn't know what So was thinking after all. So I trusted Keiji, and had him take custody of all my remaining tokens. All of them?
Sure enough, seems like I got knocked out and taken out in advance. I mean, Keiji could do the trade himself, but...
Is he panicking? Hasn't worked out his logic. Gah, I'm getting confused. The German policeman was burning with the desire to see justice carried out, you know? Used the whole 50 tokens to trade cards with Muscle Gorilla just to keep the ladder, you know? Oof! Huh? Before Mr. Policeman said that he didn't have any tokens up before trading, you know? And he couldn't have traded, woof! Mr. Policeman didn't have tokens, whoops, so he couldn't do the fourth trade, you know? But I can't imagine Mr. Policeman would lie about this, you know? You gave him all your tokens, you know?
Sure did. It seems like that landed way outside So's ballpark. Shut up! Running out of leeway, are we? I still got doubts. I can't be convinced with just that. After all, Keiji, why were you able to know about Kyutaro having the Keymaster? Isn't the only way to do that during the main game with the Sage's power of Isn't the only way to do that during the main game with the Sage's power of clairvoyance? Huh. So you still don't know. Okie dokie. Let's resume the discussion.
What is that?
fact that you were able to extract the new statement from So. You just have to keep going. Okay. Seeing through to who the Keymaster isn't the only way to do that during the main game and with the Sage's power of clairvoyance. The power of that card. You don't mean... Yeah, the Sage's clairvoyance, of course. The Sage could use clairvoyance even outside the main game? That's what the tablets are for. You intentionally didn't mention it! Unraveled all the mysteries now. We should prove it. Mr. Policeman used clairvoyance to see Q-Tara's Keymaster. Then I made the fourth trade to swap Q-Tara's Keymaster and my Sage. And now, there isn't even a need to discuss the fifth trade anymore. Convinced you of your victory earlier, you confessed. I'm a commoner. Any other questions? No. There's something odd about Keiji's story. It's become clear if I look back at the trade so far. The card I had at first was Commoner. Keiji's was the Keymaster. And in the first trade, the Keymaster was sent to me, and my Commoner to Keiji. Next, the second trade. The sacrifice went to Q-Taro, and his Commoner went to someone else. Next, the third trade. So initiated a trade that sent me the sacrifice and Q-Taro the Keymaster. And the fourth trade? The Keymaster went to Keiji and the Sage to Q-Taro. The part's that's strange. Sure enough, it's... That's right, the Sage is out of place. Keiji should have been a commoner the whole time. So why did Keiji have the Sage at the time of the fourth trade? That must mean... Keiji's first card being the Keymaster. That was a lie! Keiji had the Sage from the beginning! And so, his clairvoyance let him see who had the Keymaster from the beginning too. Which is why, in the first trade, he could make me and the person with the Keymaster trade. But, if he did that, hasn't he been lying to me this whole time? Are you really going to vote for Saul? No. Something's not right. We should discuss this a little more. Don't be stupid. You're a candidate now. The discussion leads to you getting picked. I'm afraid too, but I just got a weird feeling. Are we sure Saul is really a commoner? And that Keiji is the Keymaster? No. No, nothing strange. No, Sarah, I'm sure you've realized it yourself. In the fifth trade, why did someone trade for your sacrifice? Especially since they were a commoner, right? It's too illogical. Can we just ignore that? Yeah, Meow. This fifth trade. We should talk about it some. Woof! If by any chance we pick the sacrifice, we're done for, you know? We shouldn't need any more discussion. Keiji? Digging up old conclusions is just gonna make us more lost. It's your turn to die. So... Keiji, you look fucking evil. You look so fucking evil. That's how this will end. No. We can't do that, Keiji. As long as we have time, we should seek the truth. Alright. Let's do it. We'll discuss the roles of the four who were in the final vote. There's someone who knew Sarah's sacrifice via the fifth trade. If Keiji's the Keymaster, so Connor and Now should be the sacrifice, right? Is Lana really counting you? Should we believe that? Woof!
It's alright. So I was convinced all the time that Sarah traded away the sacrifice.
In other words, Connor and Al. Which of them would have the sacrifice?
I don't believe it. Keiji and Kyutaro are lying.
It's just painful to think it over anymore. Much for so. Let's end this, Sarah.
That's to say, So fell for Keiji's trick. The location of the sacrifice or any of the card, he didn't know one lick about the truth. If he'd stolen my tablet when he knocked me out, maybe he could have learned my card. But I kept it on me at all times to avoid just that. Kept it tucked beneath my clothes. So didn't have a chance to do tomfoolery. He's a commoner.
His tablet, huh?
Damn it! Damn it!
So isn't seeming very persuasive at all.
He kept my tablet with me all the time, so it didn't. Look it. See, I got my tablet right here. Proof it wasn't stolen.
Sarah, you really don't have any, didn't have tokens, right? You didn't have someone, you didn't hand someone a sacrifice? Please believe me. Alright. In that case, it's gotta be someone with tokens who made it to the final vote, yeah? Is Soa Kana? Is there any possibility that the Keymaster was sent somewhere else at some point? Kitara's sage power should let him see that Keiichi is the Keymaster. Then, is that possibility zero? Is Lonely really a commoner, meow? Should we believe that? What if it's all the loner lying? Woof! Well, I mean, we know the loner, and nothing to feel anything is weird, meow. Could it be he's actually accomplices with Bakugo putting on an act, meow? Kitaro, you're saying you had your tablet on you at all times, yes?
Yep. Take a look, it's right here.
And when you woke up, where was it?
On the tablet in the Last Supper room.
On the table? I called that being off you, meow. As I thought. That tablet Kitaro has now is his spare. This tablet I picked up was lying near you when you were passed out.
What'd you say?
I would assume this is Kitaro's original tablet. The question is, why was it lying on the floor? It's because So took the tablet from Kitaro.
What?
But they lacked my fingerprints, woof!
Sure, but while near him, you could bypass that by simply pressing the fainted Kitaro's finger to it. And so we arrived at an outrageous truth.
What do you mean by that?
Depending on when Souls looked at the tablet, you might have seen through our entire strategy.
What?
The worst time for it would be after the fourth trade. That's when Kitaro had the Sage and I had the Keymaster. If we saw the tablet then, we could use Kitaro's Sage power to also know I was the Keymaster.
So, has So just been acting fooled?
Shoot, you got me.
Or not. I wonder if I'm acting right now. Or maybe I'm telling the truth. So,
Not good. Now there's the possibility that So has the sacrifice.
yeah, so as it stands, there's no way we can vote for So. But that doesn't mean we can just vote for Connor and now either.
Well then, let's resume the discussion, guys.
We'll discuss who it's safe to vote for.
Gotta find the one with the least chance of having a sacrifice.
So it's an absolute no-go. He's most likely to pull that kind of trick. But between Bakugo and Mixus now, is there any real difference?
You need a certain amount of tokens to take the sacrifice from Sarah in the fifth trade. Just consider the token counts, you'll get your answer.
I don't know the name of the one who did the trade. Possibilities are there.
But I can't choose now or Kana. Damn it! All I can think of is tokens, you know? Bucket Girl had a lot. Big Sis now only have a little. Whoop! What do we do? What do we even do now, you know? Tokens. I don't want to choose.
Like Gun says, now hardly had any tokens. Surely she couldn't have been the one to take the sacrifice from Sarah.
Lan, is now the one with the least likelihood? Wait, please? This isn't right. Big Sis now. The least likelihood? Are you going to kill me with such vague reasoning? Please, have another discussion. You're right. We can't end this discussion. You, what are you saying? I just remembered something. There was a way anyone could get tokens. Miss Sarah, you know it too, don't you? A way for anyone to get tokens? By stealing tokens from Alice's body? I knew you could do it! Big Sis now wouldn't do such a thing, yeah. But it's true. When I went to check the body, the tokens were already gone. And now I was closely inspecting the room of lies. Nah, I ain't just now could have done it. Couldn't any of us have gotten those tokens? In other words, everyone has the potential to possess the sacrifice. It all ends with a game of trust.
Then that last action is going to be the key. What were each of us doing at the time of the 5th trade?
As in... just before the main game started with? Hope you can find the sacrifice.
We have to determine based on So, Kana, and Nao's actions at the time of the 5th trade.
When I was sitting on the stairs, thinking back on everything that had happened. I was on the laptop in the winner's room the whole time. Would you believe that? Kana wasn't really doing anything. Just wandering absent-mindedly. Did anybody see what the three were doing? I was with Nao on the stairs for most of the time. I was searching all by myself to see if there were any other active meow. Okay.
Then the policeman was shoving aside Rebel. I don't know what then.
Kana. Why weren't you speaking?
I'll do that last.
If only I hadn't passed out. There was also a ring-up box right in front of me. What do you think, Miss Sarah? I can't take So's claim seriously. I eventually went to check the rubble-blocked exit. It was always the same hopeless situation, though. So I don't know what Nao was doing in that time. The spirit had vanished. I couldn't even stand up. Everything I'm saying is true. Sarah, please save me. I didn't see those two now. Sorry. What? Come to think of it, didn't you tell me you found something while searching? No? Yeah. There's a smartphone on the stairs. There's a smartphone on the stairs. Woof. What? But we didn't even make the cause. Let's use this for escape, meow. Is that useful or anything, meow? Are you hiding something, Kana? Come to think of it, I feel like you were the only one I didn't see around then. Really, where were you? I mean... I was looking for something I dropped. Something she dropped? I wasn't able to find it in the end. We just ran out of time. Kana, was it a smartphone you lost? How did you know? Sure enough. I bet it's the same smartphone I found in Kana's first trial room. Gin, tell me, where did you pick that up? It was a ways down the stairs, meow. How clumsy. She must have just dropped it while we were all climbing the stairs, surely. Are you protecting Kana, so? Me? Stick up for Kana! Think back for me. When we were climbing the stairs, So and Kana were walking in front. If she had dropped the phone then, everyone should have noticed. In short, this was only dropped after we all climbed up to the exit. Kana dropped it while descending the stairs. What did she descend for? Why did you try to hide this, Kana? Because... Big sister, there's a message on this phone, yeah? Right, that's what Kana's sister... Huh? It's a different message? Thank you. I love you, sister. Now it's Kana's turn to protect her big sister. Because that's how Kana can atone. This? Please, give that back. Hold on. Did you write this, Kana?
But Kana's big sister is already dead. Could it be the sister in this message is...
No way. Surely not. Is that right, Kana? Your sister here is me? Yes. I know, it's strange, but Kana, you're...
And so you wanted to save Sarah that much?
Yes.
Hey, Kana. Was it you who traded away Sarah's sacrifice? To avoid using the ring-up box in the winner's room, you returned to the 3rd floor to trade.
Hey, now, you're talking like Kana's. Are you saying she took the sacrifice to protect Sarah?
Okay, I cannot do it like that. My voice is going to be echoing.
That's so... It's inconceivable. No, I don't want to conceive of it. Deny it, Kana.
What worthless reasoning. That's all a load of...
No, it's all correct.
You idiot! Don't say anything!
Kana did the 5th trade. She won't hide the truth anymore.
Kana!
Kana did it? She really did it to protect me? She took the sacrifice for herself? Well, this is just the worst outcome. Self-sacrifice? Kana.
So, you caught on at some point, didn't you? That's why you were trying to move the votes toward Kana.
Shut up.
Since there was no other way for Kana to survive.
Please, wait. Will you listen carefully to what Kana has to say? With the 5th trade, Kana switched her card and Sarah's card. Once she knew escape wasn't possible anymore, she had no idea what to do. Then she looked at the phone. Seeing her sister's words calmed her heart. And she came to despise herself for not being able to do anything. This whole time, Kana had just been just kept betraying. Her sister, the others, Sarah. She just had a feeling that So had sent the sacrifice to Sarah. Kana doesn't get the complicated trade talk. She can't even reason out who gave who what. Even so, she was certain of just one thing. Because Sarah is so kind, she couldn't trade the sacrifice to anyone.
Kana?
Kana. She didn't want to let Sarah die. And also, she didn't want to make So a murderer. That seemed more painful than her own death. So she traded her commoner for Sarah's sacrifice.
Kana?
But the card she received was a commoner.
What? What's going on here, Kana?
Kana doesn't understand either. She's sure she traded cards with Sarah, but it wasn't the sacrifice.
Unthinkable. What is Kana saying?
It's all true. Please believe me.
At any rate, we just have to talk about Kana's statement.
I can't believe Bakugou. Woof! She's lying to try and confuse us now.
Well, maybe Kana just messed up when she was trading with or something. Some unique situation that caused the road to just disappear? Is that possible, I wonder? Can't trust electronics for shit. The tablet error in the trade got messed up.
Don't tell me. I wonder if So hacked the road cards themselves.
I don't know what to believe. I can't see through to the truth in their hearts right now. So we might just have to find the objective truth.
The truth?
Maybe the influence of So's hacking extended to the road data or something. Some nice evidence would make that a whole lot more convincing. Too bad. I don't know how the ring-up boxes work, but if you're just saying names into the receiver, there could be mistakes.
And yet my sacrifice definitely moved.
If it ain't Kana's mistake, then maybe the Four Masters purposely changed the destination. Something like that.
Gashio changed the trade?
Huh? Come to think.
Wasn't Miley talking about some transgression of Gashio's just before the main game?
Sarah, how about it? Any revelations?
So is hardly saying anything. I can't read his thoughts.
It ain't unthinkable, right, Sarah?
This may be an absurd opinion, but So was spending his remaining time messing with the laptop in the winner's room, right? I wonder, did he hack the card data then?
Is that even possible?
Because, I mean, there isn't anyone but So who could cause an irregularity, is there?
Someone who could cause an irregularity?
So is the only one of us who can practically use a computer? Sure enough, maybe So hacked it. She's been betraying us over and over and now. She's even less trustworthy than the learner. Woof! Not just a bucket girl, big sister Sarah.
Okay, be nice, Gen.
There was a possibility. Something separate from So's hacking. And an irregularity that definitely occurred. The transgression by Floor Master Gashio.
Say what?
Remember what Miley said before the main game? Gashio, are you listening?
You've really gone and mucked things up.
You've made a flagrant transgression, one that shakes the very core of the main game. And despite being such a huge transgression, it hasn't shown itself at all thus far. And now, This illogical movement of the cards that's tormenting us. Could this very issue be Gashu's transgression? If we believe Kana, that's the only explanation. You're saying the Coot tampered with the card movement? But for the Floor Master, what would be the merit of doing that? Well,
I don't know, do some of it.
there was some sort of merit. That's why Gashu pushed us through the argument.
I see. If its goal could be made clear, maybe we'd know. And remove the sacrifice too, that is. Quite the off-mark inference. Is it alright for you to be using your time on this?
Gashu, if you haven't engaged in any misconduct, then promise us. I know the Floor Master's code. If you can expose your transgressions, this main game won't count. We demand a second attempt 24 hours later.
You just know everything, don't you? As to be expected from Miss Sarah Chidorin. Promise or no promise, I will simply carry out my duty as per the code. Hurrah! You for real?
24 hours, we can make another shot at escape.
But, are you certain? If you cannot prove it, you will only be losing time to spend on other reasoning.
It's okay. This new possibility we've spun, this theory, wasn't being directed at Gashu. So, please tell us the truth. The other possibility is that you did some sort of hacking to the roll card, so if we know whether that claim is true or not, we can fight. Let's all combine forces to win an extension.
Kana,
Yes?
you really don't have the sacrifice?
It's okay. Kana really doesn't have the sacrifice.
I see. I didn't access the roll cards. I didn't do any hacking to them.
So,
That's the truth, Miss Sarah. No lies, no tricks. Alright? Let's quit deceiving each other. Let's work to expose Gashu's transgression.
just what I wanted to hear. This is a turning point in our destiny. A path that we could never have reached if we were trapped by endless suspicion. The path of us all trusting each other and battling the kidnappers head-on. Together, we'll expose Gashu's misdeed.
Gashu had something to gain from tampering with the trade.
You think that he had the sacrifice? You think he had the sacrifice go to someone he wanted to kill? Or else, you think there was somebody who Gashu didn't want to die? Is there any answer in the clues we have left?
There's a fundamental issue. Maybe the sacrifice wasn't actually sent to anybody. Okay. We will figure out who the sacrifice was sent to and expose Gashu's transgression next time. Bye-bye!